Welcome to another episode of the Back Catalogue podcast. My name is Apo, this is Vincent, and today we are doing 2024's very own Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Now I'm going to give you some facts and then we're going to get into this. This has got the 7.0 out of 10 on the IMDb. It's got the 80% on the Rotten Tomatoes. It had a budget of $160 million and it made $398.5 million. Let me give you a synopsis, then we'll jump into this. Many years after the reign of Caesar, a young ape goes on a journey that will lead him to question everything he has been taught about the past and make choices that will define the future for apes and humans alike. And we're here. We're here. It's been a minute since we've been here, but we're here. And it's been a day for you. It's been a day for me. It's been a day for the apes.
It's been a day.
It's been a day for all primates. Because we are prime mates. Do you know what I mean? I don't know if you can feel the energy is...
Pack it up.
The energy's at a level. The energy's at a level that Let's get into this. Now, let's say this right off the bat. Me and you are big fans of the Planet of the Apes series.
Probably one of the best series of movies. First three, absolute consistent hitters.
I would say, and I'm going to say this. It's crazy that I'm going to say this, but I'm going to say this. Number 2 of this, the reboot series is one of my favorite movies of all time.
It's nuts.
I will go back and watch that regularly, and I won't have any issues rewatching it.
Do every one of the movies?
Man, it's crazy. I just remembered I needed to do something today and I forgot because that's the day I'm having.
Okay. You meant to send the memo, but you didn't send the memo.
Dude, I didn't set myself a memo, and hence I didn't send it.
Jeez.
But continue.
But in each of these movies, the apes are doing something crazy. You just don't expect it.
Well, I mean, you see ape on the tank
because the first ones they're talking.
First one they go they say one or two words. They do some sign language.
You go and Caesar's going, huh?
Yeah. Remember when Caesar says no?
Yeah.
And everyone's just
yeah.
And you're in the theaters. You're doing that too.
Yeah.
You're looking at the ape next to you because we're all apes here.
Yeah, that's right. Especially if I was looking at you, you're looking at me.
And people were like, "Hey, are they doing like cosplaying here?"
Because these movies, I'm looking at that. I'm going, I can really resonate with the actors in this movie.
Dude, I seen some heads. I was like, "That's my cousin," and I looked close and I was like, 100%, that's my cousin.
So the first one, apes talking.
Apes talking.
The second one, they're not on horses, are they?
They're on horses.
Are they on horses?
They're on horseback. They're on horseback. That's when they got their own society. Okay. That's the best one.
So second one, the second one is the best one.
Yeah.
And then the third one, I thought the horses were only in the third one for some reason, but they were in the second one.
Third one, they're wearing like jackets and clothing and stuff.
They're wearing clothing.
Yeah.
And this one,
man,
they got an eagle.
Dude, they got everything in this one. Yeah. They got eagles. They got zapping things. They got that man from that movie. I can't remember what movie that guy's from.
I don't know what movie he's from.
Dude.
He was barely even from this movie.
You ever been choked out and thrown off of like a building, into water? Thrown off listen, we're going to get into this movie. I'm going to come out just from the start and say it. I was worried about this movie. And one of the reasons I was worried about it was because I was thinking, do we have to do a reboot versus original? Because when I seen the trailers, the brief trailers that I saw, I thought, is this just a remake of the original film, but more from the perspective of the apes? Okay, because the original film is man comes to what they think is the Planet of the Apes. Turns out it's just Earth. And they're like, hey, what have you done here? Statue of Liberty. I'm Charlton Heston.
Yeah.
I'm Charlton Heston, right? So seeing the trailer initially, I was like, is this just a repatch of the same movie? Is it going to fall under the same issues? But it was actually different from what I thought. And
because
I don't know.
I thought it was going to be
I thought it was going to be a different film.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's what led me to really, really enjoy this movie or if I would have enjoyed it regardless of the fact that I was prompted in the wrong way to begin with. Because I really enjoyed this movie, Vincent.
Really?
I really enjoyed this movie.
That's wild.
This was like Last of Us with apes.
I mean, it kind of was.
He was Last of Us with apes.
And eagles.
And eagles, and like the lady, she's the lady, but maybe she's infected because she's different. You know, so it's like the Last of Us with apes.
It's the Last of Us with apes and eagles.
And eagles. And like, you know, that orangutan that he'd just be saying things, you know?
And then he just gets swept away.
I mean, that's crazy. You know, and I mean, listen, I get it, dude. I get it. But like, the greatest weakness is water in this movie. Everyone just drowning.
Yeah.
You think apes, they've got to a point where it's like, hey, look, I know the currents are strong, but like we can ape paddle, we can doggy paddle our way out of this.
They can't do it.
These do, and I mean, look, the place where Rucker fell into, you know Rucker, right?
Yeah. I know. I
had to make sure I said the name right. It was turbulent weather. It was turbulent waters there.
It was turbulent.
Is that the right word?
Seatbelt signs were on.
Is that the right word? Turbulent?
Yeah, sure.
I mean, he was moving up and down, you know?
I mean, they're rapids.
It was rapid. And he was rapidly, like, dead. But other than that, like, apes need to lift their game. You want to beat the humans now they all know.
Yeah.
Now they just be like, oh, we're just going to drop a couple buckets of water in their house. That's it, they're done. You know?
I mean, the reality of the situation is they had a whole kingdom outside of that area.
Of the Planet of the Apes, yeah. What were your thoughts on this movie, Vincent?
I hated this movie.
No.
I did not think it was good at all. Dude, this was not a good movie.
That's brazy.
Do you know this made me upset? It made me upset.
That's crazy.
It made me upset.
Is it because it was like Avatar as well?
I finished watching it, and I was obviously visibly upset.
You were visibly upset?
And my partner goes, what's wrong? So I watched this whole movie, 2 hours, 17 minutes, you know, a little extra for the credits, but I ain't watching that. Mm-hmm. I said, I was waiting for something to happen. I was waiting for some culmination of, this is the things that are happening. We're putting all the pieces together. Ain't no pieces. Pieces just fell apart at the end. And I'm mad, and it's ruined my whole day. She's going, it's 10:30, we're going to bed. And I'm brushing my teeth. I'm like, this has ruined it. And like, I was looking forward to brush my teeth. It ruined it.
Your toothbrush just like all the bristles gone because you just putting that much pressure into
it. It just felt like what was this movie? I need you to explain this to me.
And here's the thing. And let me explain it to you.
I'm about to start swinging.
In terms of the previous movies, I don't think that this is better than the other ones.
This is not even close to any of them.
I don't think this is better than the other ones. And, you know, when I look at it as being in the same way as being a film, as being a piece of art, I can see that there's a lot of faults, you know, and I can see that as a narrative, it's just like, hey, we're going from A to B, we're going to drown a C, you know? I can see that that's the case. But what I really liked about this movie was that they could have just gone with like, hey, this is a Caesar-like character. This is Caesar again, but it's just
I
different.
I thought it was a Caesar, you know, a few generations because he kind of looked like Caesar.
I thought maybe it was his like nephew or son or something, right? And I mean, like we're all primates.
That's right.
We're all part of the same family. You know, you see George, you see the ape named Ape, brothers, right? You know that. That was taught to us in George of the Jungle. But in this film, I like that the Noah character was just, I'm just an ape just doing ape things. And like, maybe I'm trying to get bird eggs, you know? It was, he was not a smart character necessarily all the time. He was not necessarily, I mean, he was brave, but he wasn't like, you know, stoic like what Caesar was. He wasn't rough like what Cobra was. He didn't have those features that were, you know, shown in the previous movie. I feel like he was his own entity, which I thought was enjoyable because I didn't want them to just rehash the same things that we'd already seen. Second to that, I'm seeing apes on horses with like shields on their face and they're zapping people. Gorillas especially.
Yeah.
A gorilla on a horse.
Yeah, I don't know where this, I think this movie fell apart for me after they got to the, you know, Proximus's land or whatever. Which one was Proximus? Was Proximus the dude?
Proximus
the head dude?
He was like,
because he's saying like, hey, I'm Caesar.
Yeah, he's Proximus Caesar.
Okay, yeah.
Because he's like, you know,
is that like a Roman thing where, you know, hey, there was Caesar, but now I'm Proximus Caesar, as in like I'm the proxy. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like I'm effectively Caesar for all intents and purposes.
And like in Greek culture, like proxy means like that's the you know the marriages that you ain't choosing. What am I looking for? What am I thinking about?
Gorilla on a horse?
Yeah, I mean essentially, like because they'll bring a gorilla on a horse, they'll say, hey, you got to marry this thing. And you'd be like, well, that's, I mean, you know, that's just old traditional Greek culture.
What are you looking up?
What Proximus means. It means nearest or next. So he's the next Caesar.
Yeah, so that makes sense. I thought that was roughly what it was.
Yeah, so I can see you. So you're saying it all fell down when you met Proximus.
I think just the end, you know, the lady human, what was her name? May. And then the I don't know, LeVar Burton, whatever that dude's name was. He was
who's LeVar Burton?
That guy. The guy.
I think LeVar Burton's like a.
I know who LeVar Burton is. I know it's not LeVar Burton, but his name was like Leviathan or something.
Oh, yeah. Levantham. Levantham, whatever his name was.
Levantham.
Yeah, that's my guy. That's my guy from that movie.
Yeah.
But I can't remember what the movie is. One of I'm not going to search up who he is. Steve Zahn? No, it's not Steve Zahn. He looks like he could be in Malcolm in the Middle, but he's not in Malcolm in the Middle. One thing I liked about this movie, and maybe this is not a good thing. Maybe this is just, you know, I'm tired. I've had a day. I had several days, and I'm here. But this movie has elements of every other movie.
What do you mean every other movie?
It's just got elements of every other movie.
I'll give you every ape movie, every just movie. Yeah, okay.
They hit you with Avatar early.
I've never seen Avatar, so I don't know.
They hit you with some Avatar action. They're climbing up. They're on things that look like they're just floating in the air, but they're actually skyscrapers, right? They hit you with, a Last of Us feeling, hey, we're on a journey, we're on horses. Like, we got a lady here, she's infected, etc. She's not actually infected, but she could be because she ain't speaking. Then they hit you with some Lord of the Rings action when they get to Proximus's house. And they're sitting all at the table and Proximus has got his dude, Levantham. You know, he's sitting there being like, hey, I'm your right-hand man. It feels like that scene in Lord of the Rings where they go to that man's house and he's like eating tomatoes and they're squirting out everywhere.
I can't remember that scene from Lord of the Rings.
And I don't know, maybe the last bit's like, you know, some sort of disaster movie in which folk drown. But it just felt like they grabbed things from other movies that's just like, this is going to work here. That's going to work there.
Oh, dude.
And I liked it.
This movie it made me so mad.
I liked it, man.
Because I'm going in this, I'm thinking the first three movies were unbelievable.
And they were. And number two is a stone cold killer.
Unbelievable movies.
And also, one thing that I will say is that one issue that I did have with this movie, and I feel that is done a lot better in the previous ones. And I understand that, you know, even in the previous Planet of the Apes, the original Planet of the Apes, the reality is the apes are, you know, they've developed beyond what they were. So they're more like humans, but they're just apes. But part of what I loved about Planet of the Apes, Rise, Dawn.
They were still apes.
They were still apes. Yeah. And like the way that they interacted and the way that they moved around, they huffed and puffed. I was like, you know, they blew houses down because they were huffing and puffing, right?
I agree. It was a bit jarring to hear them talk kind of fluently at the start. And I'm going, oh, okay, all right. This is something to get used to. But, you know, you
get used to it.
You understand it's many generations in the future, etc. You know, some of them probably have CTE because there was a lot of hitting in the head.
Dude, I mean, one man fell off a building, like hit his head enough to knock him out. Like, so obviously he hit his head, and then he was just OG from that. Yeah. I'm looking at the man that played Rucker because I want to see because he had a voice.
He was good. I like Rucker as a character.
They shouldn't have killed him off.
I honestly thought that he was coming back. The way that it happened, just like, oh, okay, damn, man.
Because and that's next what it was like, right? It was just like, damn. You know, and he would have been great later on to be that person because I know that they use the mum to be like, hey, I've got your mum here.
Yeah, see, the relationship between Noah and his parents.
Well, so his mum ugly as hell. I'm sorry, man. Like, she doesn't even look like any of the other apes. I was watching, I was like, oh, that's his dad. Nah, that's his mum, man.
I thought that. But
I apologize if like they've done like mocapping and the person looks exactly like that. But I doubt that they would.
I find, you know, you had the relationship with his father with just, hey, I'm doing eagle things. Hey, that's too firm. That's too soft. Oh, that's just right. Goldilocks, you know.
Look, that was I'll leave that at the house, you know. I'm not taking that with me.
But you know, then you see his father die and it's like meant to be a emotional thing because, oh, he's killed my father. Now I got to go find this gorilla on a horse.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, you know, there was only one gorilla on a horse, so
And for some reason, I think it's the only gorilla.
Yeah, I don't know why that. Anyway,
Any other gorillas?
I don't want to get into all these weird
Because you that's there. You fall into
because
that.
I'll fall into that. I'll fall into that, and there might be water, and like I can't swim, so I'm gonna drown.
I mean, you can't swim, and
it's
you look
just-
like an ape.
There was no emotional connection between either of his parents. Rucker was the only enjoyable character in this movie, I felt.
And what I liked about Rucker was, from the start, he was vulnerable because Mans could not run.
No,
When all the humans were there and they were getting chased
that was a good
down.
scene. I enjoyed that. There was zebras and there was humans, and they were as if they were animals as well.
Isn't it wild how zebras sound?
Yeah, I didn't know. I mean, I assumed when they started making noises that wasn't a. Oh yeah, I never heard a zebra before, so this is the sound they make. I assume that's an actual zebra sound.
Zebras make that sound like a high pitched yipping noise. Yip, they say.
Dude, that's crazy.
Because horses say neigh.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know if they're plant
hitting
mates.
your thing there. We got thing.
Oh,
you,
sorry,
you
man.
got-
I'm having a day.
you know, you're smacking the table.
Because horses, I mean, they're similar. But do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
That's crazy, dude. Anyway, that human scene was fun.
That human scene was fun.
They're all dirty as hell and they're in water.
And they're all, they all just got like rags on. You know, why they got rags on?
I don't know.
If they're meant to be just like animals, just have the Frankenbeans out. You know, just have, you know, you imagine them running, they getting lassoed basically.
Yeah.
And they're just Frankenbeans.
But, oh, dude, and like, imagine Mans gets lassoed, like, he's like, the beans! And he just, like, you'd talk after that. If your beans got lassoed, you've been pulled by the beans, you'd start talking.
Yeah.
Even if you're not May, you'd start talking.
Even if you're not May. I did not, she was the worst character in this movie.
I thought they were going to drop a nuke on the apes.
Dude, that ending was horrible. The ending made me, I think made it worse. If I had just, and also like her going to Noah and she's got the gun behind her back.
But maybe I'm going to shoot you.
What kind of dumb stuff is that? Where you're going to shoot one ape?
And also, like, you got but 6 bullets in there. Let's say the whole community comes out. That's it.
What are you doing?
That's it for every limb of hers.
She's just out here choking out Leviathan.
Dude, she chokes him out proper too.
But I don't know. What's, you know, the thing is just, hey, now we can start transmitting. Hey, oh, bro, I'm in Arizona. I'm here.
And then why is Noah looking up the skylight? Nah, it's coming. Something's coming.
They're going to make another movie and it's going to be another, you know, hey, the humans are back.
And it's just going to be the second one again?
100% they're going to make another movie.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't think they actually made enough. I don't think that's enough money.
Well, that's good because this movie sucked. I don't want another movie like this.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it.
I didn't. The eagle, the whole part.
Don't worry about the eagle.
That's
man.
what I mean. It felt like this movie. Some man's was like, man, what if the apes had eagles?
And that's wild.
And some other guy goes, yeah, that's cool, but what else? No. You don't. You're not listening. The apes, they have eagles. Ah, okay.
Yeah.
And.
Maybe they just come out at the end and they help out. That could be cool. Maybe they peck at a man's face for a bit. He falls off a cliff. I mean, that could be pretty cool. And then that's how this movie was made.
Oh, jeez. And this,
it makes me want to go back and watch the first
good
3
movies.
Yeah.
I can't believe it's rated so. I don't know.
I mean, you know, seven is like a serviceable film.
That's what I mean.
It's
I felt like this is not a serviceable film. I don't think
Dude,
this is a serviceable film.
I will see apes walking through the jungle talking about things.
I will admit, the first half of this movie is good. As soon as they get to Proximus,
As soon as Rucker dies, it does go
honestly,
downhill.
that is it. Well, it's effectively the same.
The last bit is neither here nor there. You know,
but that's the whole culmination of the movie. Hey, we're getting into this vault to get this. I need this book, but it's not a book. It's going to teach all the humans to speak. Oh, we've got satellites now. Jesus.
And you know, they read an ABC, they see like, why is every single thing about a monkey in a cage? Like, how many letters can you do with like monkeys in a cage? Like A, there's a monkey in a cage over there.
That's an A. I don't know why you went to A.
Because I was thinking monkeys, I wasn't thinking apes. Because technically, like, they're different species, you know?
Yeah.
They're different species. Yeah, look, I mean, I enjoyed it still.
I'm just trying to think what.
you know,
It made me upset.
you keep Rucker in there, and I know that he's meant to be like a Dr. Sayus type, and that's
He was cool when he was talking about, Caesar did this, and they're because you think, why are they saying like for Caesar?
For Caesar,
You going, what's going on here? Is they're like opposite cults?
yeah, that's a cool concept, but it wasn't.
But it wasn't. I don't know.
Wasn't explored.
I think the culmination of it was not good, and that the human element of this movie was awful.
Yeah.
What was Leviathan doing?
Leviathan just doing Leviathan things.
Hey man, I broke my ankles and now I read books to him. It's a great life. Okay, cut. You can go home now. Oh, hold on. You need to come get choked out.
They're thrown off. Dude, that's fun though. That's fun. He gets choked out, thrown off the thing, and she's looking at you like, yeah, I did that.
I mean, she is crazy.
She's crazy. Also, if I'm Leviathan, right, this is my plan.
Yeah.
If I'm Leviathan there, right?
With 2 broken ankles.
And see, maybe because I got 2 broken ankles, I might not be able to do this. I'm getting choked out next to the cliff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm doing. If I'm like, I'm about to pass out, I'm jumping off this cliff with you.
How are you going to jump off the cliff?
She's on my back.
There was like, there was fencing.
There was scaffolding, fencing. Somehow he got thrown over. I'm jumping over.
You're an idiot.
Listen, even if I don't make it over,
what do you mean you're jumping? How are you jumping over?
I'm doing it.
You have to get up, number one.
He's on his back? He's standing up. He's standing up in there. Is that correct?
No.
It's on
the ground.
It's a rear naked choke on the ground. It ain't a standing rear naked choke.
No.
Okay. See, in my mind, it was standing rear naked choke. I'd run off the cliff.
I don't think it was standing because she got up after.
Also, a guy like me wouldn't happen. So that takes part of that out of you.
I wouldn't be reading books to no monkey.
I genuinely would not be reading books. That's it.
100%.
You know?
I just wouldn't be. It doesn't matter who it is too. Hey, Dad, can you read me a book?
You serious, brother?
I've got time, man.
Listen, I still think it was serviceable.
I don't even know if it was serviceable.
I still think it was serviceable.
You don't think that ending was honestly the whole ending
was real bad.
Eagle Clan, hoo ha, whatever.
When he starts doing them who's,
that was cool.
No, it wasn't.
No, you didn't like that.
Have you heard it before?
Actually, that's a good point. I think it was just cool when they all joined in.
It was, but if it was like that's their thing, I don't think it was ever their thing.
No, because this movie was not planned well.
They just needed to get something off the ground.
They just needed to get something off the ground after, hey, Apes with Eagles.
Well, I have a theory about this movie.
What?
I have a theory that, you know how I thought this was going to be the same as the original?
Yeah.
I think that the trailer was placed in a way so that people would think that. Because they had the humans getting captured, right? Which is the thing of the old movie. They captured the humans
when they were running.
Yes.
Okay.
That's in the trailer.
Yep.
They have the orangutan that looks like old mate.
I haven't seen
it. He looks like he's doing Dr. Say stuff. He's a smart orangutan doing smart orangutan things, right?
Okay.
You think he could be Dr. Sayus, right?
Yep.
And they have this like tyrannical, however you pronounce that word, leader. But then there's apes amongst them that are like, hey, I don't really believe in all of this. I might fight against the system if I find a human that will help me fight against the system. And a human that can talk, nevertheless. But I think they got us into the seats with that.
Well, I didn't watch the trailer.
I mean, you didn't watch it. You got into the seats because we did it for this podcast, and so did I.
I would have watched it regardless.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think that was done purposefully because they realized, like, maybe we don't have the best movie here, but at least we can trick people into watching it.
But that would be a cool idea to, hit it back to that. And then because what is the premise of they're from another Earth or something, another planet?
The premise of the original movie?
Yeah.
No, it's Earth.
Yeah, so where was Heston Blumenfeld doing? What's he doing?
So Mads goes to space, right? Mads goes to space. He's doing like expeditions in Mars, right?
Okay.
He's doing Mars rover
and
things.
He comes back.
He comes back and he's like, oh, no, I'm on another planet. We went into some sort of rift. There's a skeleton in the cryo chamber. She's a skeleton now.
Okay.
And then he comes back and at the start he can't speak because he got choked out. He can't speak, right? And then after he speaks, and everyone's like, nah, this is wild. It's a great movie. It's a real good movie. It goes for like 8 hours, but it's a good movie.
Okay, maybe I should watch
Like,
that.
I genuinely think it's a work day to watch it. Like, you will need that long. But it's real good because it's just Charlton Heston like in a
Yeah.
you know, very minimal clothing, just yelling at people, calling people damn dirty apes, you know?
Yeah, okay. So that's not as compelling as I thought it'd be.
What,
As in, I don't
just
know.
Charlton Heston like yelling at people saying damn dirty apes?
Yeah, I don't know what a Charlton Heston is, but I thought it was, they're coming to this planet and it's like, hey, there are apes here. What's going on here? I don't know. I don't know what I thought it was, but I didn't think it was that.
Yeah. I mean, dude, that's the what's it called? That's the tagline of this movie.
What?
I don't know what a Charlton Heston is.
I wanted this movie to be good.
Hey, if it makes you feel better, I enjoyed it.
What? Man. What else have I got to say? Is that all? What was I don't understand.
Dude, that's a funny line, man.
What?
Probably not funny to anyone else.
No, probably
but
not.
It's funny to me.
No.
Also, the way that you said it was just like dismissive or whatever. Anyway, this is behind baseball right now. We're getting too in depth with the.
I think that lady just frustrated me the most.
She's from something. She's probably in like them teen dramas, you know.
Yeah, those.
She's probably in them teen dramas. Also, William H. Macy is Trevantham. Freya Allen. Let's see what Freya Allen's in. The Witcher.
Oh, man, yeah, she's Ciri in The Witcher.
Yeah, she's Ciri. Like, grab a whatever for your Witcher. Let's get into the ratings and then we'll get out of this.
This is a 3 for me.
Oh, man. That's fair enough based on what you were saying.
4 because I enjoyed the start of the movie. Rucker died and that was it. That was it.
And like at the schools in the future, what are they going to be saying?
Huh? What schools in the future?
Like, the ape schools in the future, what are they going to be saying? I
don't know.
You don't know Rucker Orangutan? What did they teach you at school?
Oh, my God.
This has been the back catalogue. I'll give this a 7, but it's been the back catalogue. It has been it. We're out of here.